What? What's up, Owen? I'm actually just experimenting with this right now. I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, this is a test. I just wanted to see if I could actually get this to work. But, I'm not, I'm doing this from my phone, not from my computer. I'm using my iPhone to do this, so I just wanted to see if this would actually work. I don't know if it will or not, but I'm sure somebody will leave a comment and let me know. I just want to do a quick peek of this. I went to Walmart yesterday and got some cat food. And while I was there at Wally World, I couldn't resist. I saw this thing there, this Sky Viper, I don't know, 1750. And I just want to open it up and just get the feel. You know that feel. What does it feel like? Does it... Because you know these things, believe me. You take them out of the box and you touch them. You know, is it going to pass the feel test? So that's the only thing I actually want to do, is just crack it open and do that. And then I want to talk about that CX, that tri or 6-bladed thing that I bought. That came last week because there's something about that thing. You know, I haven't flown it or anything, but I'm just looking it over. Okay, here's the packaging for this thing. And I could do camera shaking around there because I'm trying to cut this sucker with a razor knife. It doesn't feel bad. It's a little hair heavier than you would think that it would be. The arms are a little wobbly. There's no stiffness to it. Probably the plastic is made so it doesn't crack. You know, it's like a softer type plastic, so it's not brittle. The arms aren't very brittle, so they will be able to withstand some crashes, because, you know, this is this little stunt drone, and believe me, whoever has this thing's going to crash the shit out of it constantly if they fly it in the house. But there's not a lot in here. It's just the controller, the manual, and the prop guards, and the battery. Oh, there's a little box over here. I'm sure that just has the battery charger in it. I don't think that's going to be any great shakes. Has this little quick release tab on the back for the battery. And you know, these batteries, you can go buy them over at Toys R Us. I didn't see any there at Walmart, but at Toys R Us they have these things all over the place. Over there, it's a 3.7650. Okay, so, and there's where you plug it in the back. And it has this little quick release trigger thing here to drop the battery in. So that works out pretty good. You know, it doesn't seem like it's a real big pain in the butt to get the battery in and out, because it just plugs right there. A lot of these quads, you know, they're such a pain to get the battery in. Just like that Sky Viper Pro. What a... Yeah, okay. I don't even want to get into that thing. Okay, so the controller has... Okay, so it's got an auto and a manual fly mode, and it's got a start, launch and land button, and then the stunt button up here. Yeah, nothing real complicated. And then we might as well just take a look at this real quick while I'm here doing this. So, yeah, that's the only thing that sucks about live streaming from the phone, is because I can't see any of the comments that are coming up. But I didn't feel like dragging my computer in here to hook up the webcam. But what I did do is I ordered a 60-foot USB extension cord, so I would be able to bring the camera in here from the computer and stream it off the computer. There's always a way around shit, you know what I mean? But anyway, inside here is just the USB charger and the thumbsticks for the controller, and a screwdriver to change the props. And they give you a extra set of props, you know, that's the normal stuff. But they give you two kinds of these for the controller. You can have the discs, or they have the sticks. So you got your choice there of what to use on these. So I'll put one on each, and you can see. I kind of like the stick better. The thumb one is a little slippery, so I'm not really digging that, but that's what those look like. You know, you got the stick one here, or you can go with the thumb. But I think I'll go with the thumb treatment on that. So that don't look too bad. And then it's got the USB charger, you know. You know, these things they all have the same crap in them. You know, there's no, like I said in one of my videos before, there's no big surprises in these boxes. The only big surprises you get in these boxes is the shit they forget to put in. That's the big surprise. There's no big surprise of what's supposed to be in here. You know, the extra props, the prop guards, it's what's not in here. Like when I got my tarantula the other day. Yeah, there was no camera, as I bought the one with the camera, but there was no camera and there was no manual. So I had to go searching around to find out what because it's one of them black controllers, and you know, you don't know what all the buttons mean and everything. So I had to go do a PDF search for a manual for it, so I could see what the hell I was going to be talking about. But yeah, there's no surprises on what's supposed to be in here. It's only a surprise what's not in here. Now, you know, the thing is, so I bought that tarantula, and I paid for the one with the camera, but I'm not sending that thing all the way back to damn China for that camera. I mean, that's just not happening. I mean, to return that thing all the way to Peking just for that camera, that's not happening. So I don't give a crap about it. It was probably a crappy camera anyway. Most of them are. I mean, I think, you know, 90% of the quads I have, the cameras are garbage. So the only ones I got that are any good are the Phantom and the Breeze and the good quality quads. You know, Up Air one. That camera's okay. It's decent. And the Bebop, which that camera's great. But these other toy quads, those cameras are mostly crapola, so you know, it is what it is. But anyway, I could see the thought in this as soon as I grabbed it and felt it. It was a really good idea that they used these legs like this that had this flex to it. There wasn't all that stiffness in it. That was a pretty good idea, because you know, the kid could get home and crash it and crack it and break the leg off the first day, and then you know, it's coming back to the store. But you can tell by bending this, that can take a pretty big hit. And since it's not really that heavy, you know, I don't think you're going to get that much inertia hitting the ground with this thing to where that would snap. Where any other toy grade quad like this, the legs are real stiff and they would just crack. But boy, they've put a lot of you know, resistance into that, so that really can take a lot of crashes. So that was a pretty smart move on their part. There's no camera in here, thank God. Alright guys, I'm gonna just I'm not gonna stop the video, but I'm just gonna put this down because I want to go get that other thing, because I want to show you guys something on that. So I'll be right back. Just give me a second. Alright guys, I'm back. I just wanted to show you, you know, I got this CX-33 the other day. And I actually have the CX-32, which is like the same, except this is that tri thing. The only thing I'm going to say about this is, I haven't flown it yet. I started the motors and stuff, and it does have this, it has the FPV screen on here, which is pretty heavy because it takes 4 batteries. So it kind of weighs the controller down a lot. But the only thing about this thing is trying to get... Once I got the battery in, it was virtually impossible to get this thing back inside there. So I just left it hanging out. And actually I had did that on the CX-32. I had done the same exact thing with that. I left that thing, the battery charge port hanging out. Because the way you have to wedge that in there, it's like you got to be a damn neurosurgeon to wiggle that in there. Okay? So I just left it out. And I just pinched the wire, but it doesn't put that much force on it. It's not gonna cut the wire or anything like that. But the only thing I'm gonna say about this thing, I'm gonna bind it up real quick here and turn on the screen, is that I don't really know. Here, I'm going to turn the screen so you can see it. I don't really get where Cheerson was actually going with this thing. I don't really know what the idea of it is, because this thing, it doesn't have any features whatsoever. There are no features at all on this quad. I guess you just fly around and take video. Because it doesn't have any speed control, so you can't change the rates. It just has this one rate. It has a takeoff button, a land button, a photo and video button, which you do the, you know, short press for the photo, long press for the video. And it has a frequency button for the FPV screen. But that's it. It doesn't have any rate button. It doesn't have any flips, which I'm not a real big flip fan, but I do them for the videos because people want to see them. If I'm out flying by myself, I never do flips because it just doesn't do nothing for me. Because I'm an old geezer and I could care less about doing flips. But the kids like them, so when I make the videos, I do the flips in there. But this thing, I don't know what the point is, because you know it's not going to be a sport flyer because there's no speeds on it. There's no rates. You can't change the speed. You can't do any flips. So what's the point? That's what I don't understand. You know, I don't understand what they were trying to get at with this thing. It's like a gimmick thing because of the 6 blades. So that's what it is. It's a gimmick. Just like a lot of these toy quads. Now, this is the CX-33. I have the CX-32, and that's the exact same way. The only way in the CX-32 that you can change the rate is using the app. But that quad, that CX-32, I've never reviewed it. I've had it for a long time. I think it was one of my first quads that I bought from China. It's extremely buggy, the app. If you fire the app up and you use the controller and you put the phone on there and you do all that, you know, hook all that stuff up, the second you touch the screen, you lose control of the controller. So I crashed that thing a few times because, you know, I would touch the screen because that's the only way to change the rate on that quad is with the app. So as soon as you touch that, it has that 30, 60, 90 deal or whatever it is. As soon as you touch the screen, when the app's on, you automatically lose any control of the quadcopter. The sticks just quit functioning completely. And the only way you can get control of the sticks back is to land it with the phone, hit the land button, shut it off and rebind it, and then the controls will work fine. As long as you don't use the app, the controls work fine. But you can't change the speed with the controller. You have to be able to use the app. So, but when you do use the app, you lose the use of the controller. So it's, I don't know who the hell thought this up, but it's really buggy. So whenever I fly that thing, I never use the app, you know, so, because a couple of times I flew it, and I was like, okay, well, I want to change the rate, so I go up there and hit the rate button on the app, and then the sticks don't work. You're like, and you like get all panicky, like, oh, what do I do now? Because, you know, you don't think it's going to fly away, you know, because it'll start, you know, going away, drifting, because, you know, they all drift. So it starts drifting, and the first thing going in your mind is like, oh, what the hell, you know, the sticks quit working, I lost the bind. No, it's just the controls are on the phone now. So now you got to go up there and hit the land button to make it land. Then shut it off and do all that crap to get it to rebind to the controller. It's a real, that's a really screwed up deal. So this one doesn't have that option because this FPV screen doesn't have anything on here where you can change the rates or anything like that. There's no button. There's no rate changing on this thing. So it's just one speed, whatever it is. I don't know, I haven't flown it, so whatever the one speed is when I take it out this weekend, that's the speed it's going to be. So it's a one-speed flyer. But like I said, I have no idea what the point of making this was. Unless this camera shoots some beautiful video, then I don't know what the point of even having this was. So, you know, hell with it. It'll be all right. But I don't know. It's no flips, no speed control, so the camera better be good. That's the only thing I got to say. Alright guys, I just wanted to do this I know one person was watching for a couple minutes. I don't know if anybody was watching or not. But I just wanted to do an experiment on this to see how this worked, because I'd never tried any of this live streaming crap or any of that stuff. So, all right, guys, thanks for tuning in.